Hello everyone, I'm Kestra Kais. I couldn't get back to sleep one morning and I made pockets about it. Here you see the fabrics that I chose to use for this project. Ignore the blue sheet off to the side, that is for a different project. I have this vintage mushroom fabric, this crepey white fabric, and this dark bluish gray fabric of some variation. I got all of these at the thrift store, which is great. They just kind of hand you a bag of fabric and charge you $2 for it there. I flatlined the mushroom fabric with the white fabric because I don't know how old it is and I frankly don't trust it. The mushroom fabric was not long enough to go all the way around my waist, and thus I had to seam it in the middle to provide the necessary length. Next we have my pattern, which was drawn on a paper bag. In retrospect, while I do like the width of 10 inches on it, I do not like the height, but I will be cutting a slit down the front layers of this so that I can access my pockets. And in my pockets, I would like to ultimately, add some snacks. And thus I got this cooler bag that was handed out for free by T-Mobile at the mall I used to work at, with this foily side that'll protect my snacks from my body heat. Thanks, T-Mobile. And thus my nefarious plans come to life. You can see all of the layers of each individual pocket. We have our vintage mushroom layer, which will of course have the slit down the front and be lined by this white crepey fabric. We have this shiny, which used to be a T-Mobile bag, which will be used to kind of insulate whatever's in my pockets from my body. And then we have the dark bluish gray lining that goes on the other side of this. In retrospect, I find that this made the pockets a bit too stiff, so while I like the idea, probably won't do that again. So these are the 4 layers of my pocket. I'm going to seam them all together and then ultimately bias tape. So here are my pockets ready for assembly. I cut the slit down the front, sewed around the edges of the slit, and then turned that bad boy inside out, pressed it, and then top stitched around the edge. I probably could have filmed that part, but I'm sorry, it's not the cleanest work, but it is efficient. From here, I will go around to seam around the edges of these pockets and then add some bias tape, which I also forgot to film. Look, I am trying. So here we have the flatline mushroom fabric in this crappy artist rendering. These were sewn together in the middle and the back to lengthen the strap, as with the blue fabric. Then I took the straps, put those in between the layers, put the top layer on the bottom layer, then sewed around the edges, leaving an opening, then clipped the corners. So we got our straps there, we got our belt. I sewed the pockets to the blue layer and then folded that up in, folded the top layer on top of it, pressed it, and then sewed around the perimeter once again. And I have pockets where I can keep all my cool stuff. Like my wallet, and a bottle of hot sauce, and this big D20. And what else is there? My morpher, because sometimes it's morphin' time. Then we've got the baby dice, they go with the big one, and this pink pen. And then, deodorant, as well as this jar of rocks because I need them, and this paper, whatever it is. So let's see these pockets in use in maybe some garb. So I have to wrap the straps around me twice because they're a little long. This is a kirtle that I actually made myself of linen. So we're just gonna secure that bad boy right fast. Yes! And then I've got this suede cloth overdress I made with fabric I got on sale at Joann's. Just gotta figure out where the front is here. I don't think it matters. So just gonna pull that on right fast. I made slits in the side of this one so I could adjust the fit of the whole thing, and then also so that I could access, pockets like this. My first attempt at such pockets was questionable. Oh, by the way, there's a neighbor's dog behind me. I don't know what he's up to, but look, it has pockets. And then, just for funsies, I'm gonna add this Amazon corset, which has seen better days. It definitely needs wiped off. Some kind of sauce got on it somehow. I could not begin to understand. But just gotta snap that boy up real fast. It's hard, okay? And I clearly don't know what I'm doing. Ah, there we go. Okay, and then pull my sleeve out of the corset, and yes, it still has pockets. I can access them just fine, and it is a good time. So all in all, for this attempt, I feel like it did go pretty well. I was better informed, and the craftsmanship is better than any other attempt at this I'd ever tried before. I think in the future I would make the belt slightly narrower because I feel like it was kind of trying to put all the weight at the bottom anyways, and I think if it was a narrower band, it would conform to my body easier, perhaps. Also, when I tried to wear it for a prolonged period of time, I feel like it was just kind of sliding all over the place. Otherwise, I would probably make the pockets longer so I can hold more things, you know, like, I don't know, maybe 2 jars of rocks. A girl can dream. And then finally, I would absolutely leave out the cooler bag layer because I feel like it made the pockets stiff and impractical, and I don't think I could put as much stuff in there. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe or leave a comment, and I shall try to get back to you with my next project. Later!